Vamos testar aqui, acho que vai. Foi. Hello, YouTube. Morning. Today, it's a good day for speaking English in Sunday, 7 a.m. My brain wake up a few minutes ago. And today we stay here with Christian and Gustavo for learn more and discuss more about a topic in English. Before I start, I need to introduce myself. My name is Katiana. I'm 41 years old. I live in Vitória, Espírito Santo. Today I'm here and talk like a host. But in other days, usually I stay here like other colleagues for learning more about the other languages, English in special, because English is important in my job and my routine now. Before start, I need to explain a little things about the Talk It Talk. Talk It Talk, it's a platform for learning and improve your skills in English, Spanish, Italian, and Mandarin, and other languages. Today, we have our rule here. It's important to respect each other here, respect the time when the other person speaking, and in the special, don't interrupt. I don't remember interrupt in English, but não interromper os outros, and because the process for learning a new language, it's totally different for everyone, but here we have a special space for discuss the things and learning more about it and speak another language. It's so important. And I think it's these a little things about the platform, about me. And now it's the time for introduce. Please, Christian, introduce yourself for us.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Jimenez. I am Bolivian. I currently live here in Brazil, in Curitiba, Paraná, specifically. I have been here in Talk and Talk since 2022. I'm in host here as well in English and in Spanish, but I like to participate in immersions to exchange my ideas, my insights. I think that it's important to increase my vocabulary. I'm 36. I currently work as a full stack software developer. I'm married. I don't have child. I think that's it a little bit about me because we will be talking about ourselves today, so it's okay to and finish my presentation here. So that's me, guys. It's a pleasure.
Please, Gustavo, introduce yourself for us. Where you live, what your age, what to do.
Hi, my name is Gustavo. I am 18 years old. I am student at Federal Institute of SP, studying analysis and the development of system. And I love learning new things in technology. Today I will listen more than I talk. Sorry, guys, but only listen. Jesus.
Okay. If you comfortable, stay with us for discussing English. If you change in the middle of the em português, because se você precisar mudar, não tem problema. Pode fazer. Faz parte do processo.
Okay.
In the first week, everyone stay with butterflies in the stomach. But
Yeah.
before 1 week, it's usually everyone's stay more comfortable for speaking in English. And I stay here in Talk and Talk, Gustavo. I think I almost complete 3 years. I think it's almost the time for complete 3 years. And every time I forget the things in English and change for Portuguese. And it's so common here. Don't be shy because it's part of the process for learning other language. And I worked on a team, and in this team we have a Norway's the other person is from Chile and different countries. And it's so common sometimes the people, for example, learn about Portuguese. Portuguese is so difficult. It's not easy for learning Portuguese. And in the middle of the phrase, the persons ask for help. É normal, fica confortável aqui com a gente. Se você quiser, pode ficar confortável, muda no meio da frase e o seu cérebro vai acostumando com o inglês de pouquinho, porque é assim que é o processo, sabe? E depois de uns 2 anos, assim, de 6 meses, você vai ver que quando você vai tentar falar, vai ser automático você ir lá para o inglês, porque vai ser super confortável você ir para o inglês para responder uma pergunta. Você vai ver isso. Pode ser loucura que eu estou te falando aqui, mas eu fiz essa experiência com o espanhol e funcionou muito bem para mim, tá? Porque quando eu fui para o espanhol, eu tomei um balde de água fria, porque eu não sabia me desenrolar no espanhol e toda hora meu cérebro ia lá para o inglês, porque era mais confortável. Então, ó, it's a process. 1% every day. In 1 year, you stay so barren in other language. Stay with us. It's part of the process. Don't be shy. Um, Guys, I start now with the first question. What are some of your favorite hobby or activities, and what drill you to then? I start with this question. I love sports, guy. I love if it's possible in my life, have more time for do a different sports, I enjoy a lot. For example, I love canoa havaiana. I don't know how do you say canoa havaiana in English, but it's so special. I think it's avenue canoa. I think it's in English, but it's so different. We stay it's very, I need to wake up very early for this activity. It's usually staying in the beach 5 or 6 a.m. And but we see the sunrise. Você vê o pôr do sol. Oh, it's nice. It's so nice. I love my routine now. I have a time for do this activity two times a week. But if it's possible, probable I stay there more than 4 because it's so special and because we stay with the nature. We don't thinking about anything there. As paisagens, it's so beautiful because Victoria is so beautiful, and I think it's this. My hobby is this. And for you, Christian.
So guys, uh, I love sports as well. I think that I started playing volleyball when I was 12, 13 years old. Um, so playing volleyball, it's a sport that I really love doing. In fact, my wife and I, we have the same passion, so we share that. And when we had the opportunity, we try to share that hobby together. In fact, I think that was the way that we met together because of the volleyball, because we were playing at the same at the same championship that we have in our country in Bolivia. So it's a good a beautiful hobby that we share together. Let me see what else. I love playing football as well. Sadly, I haven't had the opportunity to play so much when I was younger. It's something that I always regret not playing that much football that I wanted, because nowadays I would say that I love playing football, but I don't I am not that good enough to play. Uh, and even more than today's, I am living here in Brazil, so I have to find a new group of people to play with, and doing that kind of change is not that easy at the beginning. We are living here already we have been living here already for 1 year in Curitiba, but even in that time it was not easy to find people to play with. Um, Let me see another thing that I like to do. I think that singing it's a hobby that I have since I was a child as well. Nowadays I sing in a group of people. Well, I was singing in a group of people lately in the church. So I like to sing gospel music. Unfortunately, I didn't have so much time for attending to the practices because I live kind of far away of the church that they had the practice. So I stopped going there, and I think that I'm gonna leave the group, but I'm gonna try to stay or keep practicing here on my own, and trying to keep singing in the church, in other churches. And nowadays, I consider that learning languages is a hobby that I have. I am currently learning French as well because French is so linked with my professional goals and with my personal goals. So I am trying to learn French every single day, and as well, I try to enhance my English every day as well. I think those are the most interesting hobbies that I currently have, and those who are, that I really love doing nowadays. And that's it.
Thank you, Christian. Gustavo, if it is comfortable, share with us quais são seus hobbies ou atividades favoritos e por que você se atraiu por eles? Em inglês or português?
Okay, I
What is more
start
comfortable
English.
for you?
I start.
Okay.
My favorite hobby is watching videos about technology on YouTube. I also love sports, especially e-sports. I use it to play volleyball and futsal, and it também I play electronic games like Valorant, and I also love running. What attracted me to sports was the ability to think and the first meditation with the positive energy. E, e adoro fazer coisas que eu preciso para ser feliz, sabe? Acho que isso é o mais
Oh,
importante.
it's so nice. If we, sometimes I discuss with my friends because sometimes we stay a lot of time for in middle of the projects for a business for companies, but we don't have time for enjoy the things what we really love. For example, in my life now, I speaking a lot about this, about the importance of have time with my family, with my daughter, because my daughter grew up so fast, and their life it's so fast in front of our eyes, and it's so important to have a time for do the things what we really love. And I think I reflexive in these last months. Now I jump for the question number 2. Can you tell me about a recent project or accomplishment that you really particular proud of? I start with this question. I guys, I work in the ESG area with new projects. Uh, Usually we stay in middle of a project for 5 years for finish in the oil and gas. Everything in oil and gas, it's longer and so expensive. And now we received a new FPSO, a new ship on Brazil. It's a new ship from products oil and gas in the field of Jubarte, no campo de Jubarte, navio produtor de óleo e gás no campo de Jubarte. And this project, it's almost the time for the finish. And I remember I worked on the project in different phases. And I'm very proud because for me, I'm engineer. And it's so interesting working different phases, approve a project, learn about a new technology. And I remember this and, in my professional life, it's this. But in my personal life, I think it's my my mission with my daughter because everything about my family, it's special for me. And with my daughter, it's so special because I spend a lot of time for teaching my daughter about a good things and a good persons, a good examples and other things. Teaching a kid, it's not easy in this world today. It's so difficult sometimes. And but I'm very proud about my daughter because my daughter have a special heart. It's a special girl for me. It's not because it's my daughter, but other persons say this kind of thing for me. And it's not easy, guys. If you when you have kids, you understand this because sometimes it's uh, teaching other person teach a kid, it's not easy sometimes. But I'm very proud about my daughter because it's part of me. It's part of my time. I spend time for teaching the things for my daughter and the good things for my daughter. I think the good principles. I don't remember principles, but for me it's this. And for you, Christian?
So let me see. Something that I am really proud of me, proud about me. It's the fact that I am living in another country. I moved to Brazil in 2022, and I came here because of my job. So I found a job opportunity here. I think that I tried so hard at that time from Bolivia, sending my CV to different countries. And I leveraged that I already had some contact with Portuguese. I already had some knowledge of the Portuguese because I came here in 2014. So I already knew how to do interviews in Portuguese. So I leveraged that and I sent my CV here and everything went well. So I found my job here and I came here with my wife. So I think that is the most important milestone, professional milestone that I have accomplished so far. But another one that is recent, it's the fact that I am able to speak French in a beginner level. At least I can express myself in beginner conversations, and I can hold a whole conversation in French, and it's something that I'm really proud of because I started on my own the last year. I didn't pay a specific course or for a particular professor. I just found some courses online that were free, so I stimulated myself to try to create a full immersion in French, like I did with English. So, like I applied my own method, obviously with the help of others professional that I follow on YouTube. So I try to apply the all of the advices that they say in the videos or different techniques. So I did it. I would say literally on my own. Obviously, with a lot of resources online, but nowadays I think that I am ready to give interviews in French. So that's my let me see. I forget the word. It's my short-term goal that I have for this year. That is giving an interview in French and send my CV to Canada, to Quebec, um, Belgium, and France as well. Have that immersion, that opportunity, or that experience that I would like to have this year. And that's it. That's it for me, guys.
It's nice. It's nice. No, Christian, when you develop yourself in other language. I don't know if this word is correct in English, but it's so nice because it's a big challenge sometimes. And when you see how you develop yourself and stay 1% here and improve your 1% every day, and it's so nice, no? Um, uh, Gustavo, if you're comfortable, uh,
Okay.
share with us one project you finish or you work at.
Okay. I work on a 6 month project in school at developing programming skills. We created a startup for restaurant owners to manage their expense with delivery drivers, um, bringing technology to assist both sides, delivery and the owners. I work on the backend and the finance department. Trabalhei na parte de desenvolvimento de back-end e na parte financeira do projeto. E acho que essa é a parte que eu mais me orgulho, assim. I faced diverse challenges, but the most important was the experience and what I learned from working in a group. Trabalho em equipe foi as habilidades mais importantes assim que eu desenvolvi. E eu me orgulho muito disso, ter trabalhado num projeto grande desse nível em 6 meses e ter conseguido fazer tudo o que eu fiz nele.
It's nice, it's nice. Guys, now it's time for move on for other question. I jump for the question number 3. What are some values or principles that are important to you, and how do you how do they influence your daily life? Christian, I start with you about the question number 3.
Mhm. Uh, so I think that's something that I have learned from my parents, and they always try to task us to me and my siblings. It's be honest. Try to be honest all of the time. Another one is to be resilient because we come from a family that we a- we had a lot of economic problems when we were children because we were three siblings. In Bolivia, I think that those times the situation was not good for my parents, so I think that be resilient, work hard. It's something that we learned a lot, and me and my siblings, we have the same values of that. Let me see what else. Be honest. We've been raised in a Christian family, By the way, we are Adventists, so we have been all of the time raised with those values that going to the church, try to be a good person, try to be a good Christian. We know that it's not easy because you know just the fact that you've been raised or you go to the church every single Saturday in our case, it doesn't become you a good person. You know, it's it's something that you have to develop or just try to enhance every single day. But I think that I kept the values of the church as well so far, and I try to be a good person in general. Uh, Another thing that I would like to mention is that something I'm thankful to my father, especially is that he always told me or try to talk to us that we don't have to be a pulling balls person. That is the specific expression here in Brazil. It's puxa saco because we have to be able to succeed in any kind of environment. It doesn't matter what kind of field we work. We don't have to depend to others to keep growing professionally. And it's something I am really so thankful to my dad because I always have that specific thing in my mind when I move to another job or when I meet new people. uh, I try to apply that because in my personal opinion, it's important to respect yourself. It's a way to respect yourself, your value as a person, or your value as a professional. And I think that those are the most important that I want to mention today.
Um, it's not easy in this world when sometimes the other person don't respect the values or principles. I grew up in a family and it's so strong in my family. I remember my father, it's not live more, ele não está vivo mais, mas died. And I remember the everything what my father said for me about stay in middle of a good person because the middle uh influence who you are. And it's for me it's so strong because I now with 4 years I understand these words. And o meio influencia as pessoas, and yes, the middle influence of the influence the person. I understand this, and now I have a kid, and every time I speak about this, these values and principles, say a good thing, have faith in God, the fé em Deus, and choose a a good way for do the things. Sometimes when you have a atalho, I don't remember what atalho in English, but it's sometimes the atalho it's comfortable and easy, but it's not good for us, no? And it's this shortcut. Oh, thank you, Christian. It's not easy, but I think grow up hurt sometimes, né? Crescer dói. Não adianta falar que não dói, que dói pra caramba. A gente aprende as coisas. Now I have 41 years, and I understand these principles, these values with my family, and I grow up with this, and it's respect other persons, respect this kind of values. For me, it's so important, and I choose this and teaching this for my daughter, and for me it's important thing. I do the good things every day. I choose the good things every day. Sometimes it's not easy. Choose the good things. Sometimes you you you're a good person, but the other persons don't see. Sometimes this kind of things, it's not. Sometimes it's this kind of choose. It's not easy, but it's part of the process. And Gustavo, about the question number 3, what are some values or principles that are important for you? Quais são os valores e os princípios que são importantes para você? Como que isso influencia a sua vida?
Ok. Complementando o que você falou na parte de crescer dói, eu também concordo, mas com a dor a gente vê o que realmente vale a pena no caminho, né? Então, acho que a dor motiva tudo, às vezes. E vamos lá para a pergunta. Ah, eu, Gratitude has been my greatest principle. These values keep me grounded. I live in community in Guarulhos, so I know that I don't stay grounded, I will lose my way. Ah, acho que se você não manter o pé no chão assim, por isso que você tem que ser grato, você acaba saindo dos trilhos, né? Então, eu levo a gratidão assim em outro patamar. Então, claro, sempre buscando mais, mas você precisa seguir em frente, traçar um futuro incrível com o pé no chão, né? Tem que trabalhar isso bastante. E também a parte que você falou, acho que a fé também move muitas coisas, porque assim, claro, existem pessoas que não têm fé, mas acho que para mim é fundamental, porque sem ela acho que, não sei, é muito complexo, mas fundamental assim na minha vida. Um ótimo tópico.
Thank you, thank you. Guys, now we jump for the question number 5. What are some personal goals or dreams you're working towards right now? For me, I start with this question. Now I I put in my mind I need to develop another language, and it's not in this second part of the year. Probably I need to put this other language in the schedule in the next year, but now I listen and the things in Spanish, because now I work in a project in Colômbia, um projeto lá na Colômbia, and sometimes everyone put me in a meeting in Spanish, and I have this personal challenge for next year. And now I say em português because eu estou precisando aprender os termos técnicos em espanhol de engenharia, que it's so difficult. But for me, it's a challenge now, because it's so common in oil and gas. We use the English, but Spanish is not usually. But it's for me now. I need to develop these personal goals in my job. And for you, Christian?
Sorry, Katiana. I wanted to know, do you think that Spanish is more difficult than English or not?
I think the Spanish is more difficult because, for example, it's for me the Spanish it's like Portuguese. When do you say, for example, I love in English? It's so easy because we don't have the past. Você não tem o passado, o presente, o futuro, do não sei o que, não sei o que, aquele monte de conjugação, né? The Spanish,
Hmm.
when you compare, it's similar to Portuguese. It's because
Hmm.
I think now everything in my mind go and see the English, because the English now I think the English it's easy for learning.
Hmm. Uh, even more, I think, because you are trying to learn with Colombians. So, in my personal opinion, the Colombian accent is kind of different. They think they talk in a kind of I'm not gonna use the word strange or weird, but they have an different accent. So yeah, it's kind of difficult to learn with Colombians or with Chileans, in my personal opinion, because they have a strong accent of Spanish. But well, taking back the question number five. So I am working so hard of finding a new job opportunity abroad. Well, I am still living. I am already living abroad because I am from Bolivia. But my wife and I, we have the dream that it's living and working in it's not South America, North American or Europe. That's why I'm trying to improve my English. That's why I'm still learning French, and I'm trying to enhance some hard skills that I have to improve if I want to have one opportunity there because it's something that I always mention. It's not just about the language. Some people think that if you learn English or you are fluent in English, you will be completely able to work in Canada or United States or Europe. In my personal opinion, it's not like that. You have to be prepared in a lot of specific parts of your job. You have to be really really good because when you send your CV to Canada, for example, you are competing with a lot of people, with people around the world, with Chinese, with Japanese, with a lot of people. So you have to be really good if you have to find that opportunity. Um, it in my personal opinion, it's not impossible. That's why I keep trying, because I don't consider myself like that genius guy who will be able to work abroad. I am still develop that part in my professional side. So I'm keeping trying every single day. I try to improve. I have to learn. I try to learn. I'm doing this from 2022, so it's been a long journey. I'm not sure it's gonna work, but I'm still trying. Maybe in the future I will tell you that I did it. But today, uh, I had a lot of interviews, but it didn't work so far. So I'm still trying. Let's see if it's gonna work.
I think in probable in in some months it's your dreams it's come on, seus sonhos vão se realizar. It's a really because you're improve yourself for these the dreams, and I believe that it's the form for do the things in our life. Sometimes our time it's not the good time, the God time. O nosso tempo é diferente do tempo de Deus, and it's part of the process. The every day stay in the way in the direction of our dreams, no, Christian? And I believe in some moment God blessing you with your dream. And Gustavo, about the question number 5.
Okay. Uh, I am studying hard to system selection process in the technology field, and my main goal is to have a stable future. But I always dream big and striving to be best person for others person. It is important. Yeah, and I've always vários sonhos grandes, but there are so many dreams that time won't allow me to achieve them all. Então, acho que a gente tem que sonhar muitos sonhos, porém a gente tem que ter na cabeça que às vezes não vai dar para realizar por causa do tempo, né? Então, E a gente sai de passagem. Diz isso.
Thank you.
Filosófico.
Thank you, Gustavo. It's almost 10 to 8. I need to say bye